got it right here.
I'm gonna be the weird person that talks to myself on a camera, so everybody ignore me, okay?
Okay. Get your phone out.
Exactly 5 years to the day, I am back on Springer Mountain to restart a journey that I've been on for the past 5 years. So, here we go. Look how many hikers there are. Oh yeah. First time?
First time, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What the hell are you all doing?
Yeah.
Did you see it's cold and rainy out here?
Oh yeah.
5 years ago, to the day on March 10th, 2015, I stood in this exact same spot, in this exact same weather, of course, to start a journey that would totally change my life for the next 5 years. Damn, it feels good to be home.
It's pretty rainy today. I really wish that I could get my other camera out and actually film with my good camera, but looks like it's going to be GoPro basically all day today, so oh well, could be worse. So I just got here to Hawk Mountain Shelter. There's some new hikers here, and it feels pretty amazing to be back here because this is the first shelter that I stayed at in 2015. This is where I met Rube. This is where Snuggles got her trail name, up in the top bunk. So pretty surreal to be back here. Still pretty nasty and wet, but it's getting better. About 7 more miles to go, and I'm gonna take it to Gooch. So the rain finally let up after raining for hours for like the first 8 miles that I hiked today. But now it's just completely socked in with fog, which honestly is kind of one of my favorite parts about hiking the AT. I love hiking in an environment like this. It's just mysterious. You can't see like 50 feet to any side of you. Something about it, just pretty. It's calm, it's still, spooky. And got about 4 miles left for the day, and that'll make it, I think, about 15 miles. I think it's like 15 miles to Gooch Gap. And I just got done climbing out of Horse Gap, which made me remember how tough the trail and the climbs can actually be on the AT. It feels really amazing to be back out here.
Gooch Mountain Shelter holds my first real memory from the trail in 2015. It's the shelter where I would discover what the term tramley meant, and where I would meet some of the hikers that I still consider my family today. Gooch Mountain Shelter is also where I was given the best trail magic I've ever received to date, my trail name, Darwin. Even though the shelter was packed with new hikers getting their feet dirty for the first time that night, all I could see were my hiker friends from the past and their smiling faces.
So I got to Gooch Gap Shelter, and it is packed with people. Not just in the shelter, but every single tent spot is also taken. So I won't be staying there tonight, but I found this little stealth spot basically right across from the shelter, across from the trail. So I'm going to set my tent up here, and then in a second I'm going to go back over there and just kind of hang out with everybody. Pretty amazing that I get to hang out at the shelter that I got my trail name at and talk to some people that maybe haven't gotten their trail name yet. So I'm going to get my tent set up right here and go eat something. Off and rolling this morning. Got a little bit of a late start. Woke up crazy late. It poured rain all night last night, so I guess that's why I got such good sleep. But I'm kind of glad that I did get up late because look at this view. Pretty amazing. Seems like we got pretty much blue skies for most of the day today, and it's going to rain later, so I'm going to try to get into Nell's Gap before that rain starts. We'll see what happens. Such a pretty day on the trail. Look at this.
classic AT climb.
So what are you doing out here, sir?
Hey, good morning, man. Welcome to the Underdog Cafe. Feeding hungry hikers, man. That's what we do.
Nice. And why do you want to feed some nasty, stinky hikers?
Oh, hey, because I was one back in 2019. I'll tell you what, through in 2019, but I'll tell you what, I owe so much to the community. Hey, the least I can do is throw on some hot dogs, man. Chili dogs, come and get it.
Nice.
And hopefully everybody's all fat and happy when they leave, man.
Excellent. Thank you, brother.
All right, Dar, you're welcome. We got grilled cheese over there. The count's doing grilled cheese. We got chili dogs.
Day and a half to get my Exactly, that's what I've heard.
So welcome to the AT.
Thank you.
Next up, we got
Gracious.
Gracious. Nice
I'm
to
from
meet you.
northern Michigan, and I don't know, we've been really spoiled.
Who's this guy here?
I'm Pork Roast. I'm from mid-Michigan, and Dr. Pepper is a lifesaver.
Nice. Hey, we're glad we can hook you guys up, man. I'll tell you what, it's a pleasure serving you guys. You know, and you guys are what it's all about, man.
There's so much water out here. It's great. Made it up here to the famous Blood Mountain Shelter and trying to get some of my stuff dried out from last night. Got about 2 miles till I get down to Nell's Gap, and I'm gonna grab a little resupply box, maybe a pizza, and I think I'm gonna keep cruising for the day. But always cool to be back here. I believe that this is the oldest shelter on the AT, or the oldest standing structure on the AT, or something like that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But really nice day. When I was here in 2015, it was just socked in, super windy, super rainy and dreary and foggy, but it's pretty clear. Good day to dry some crap out, so. Neal Gap, the first in many big milestones for new AT hikers. Mountain crossing serves as the first piece of civilization you come to after starting your hike. Revisiting the Gap this year and seeing all of the new hikers celebrating their arrival, I couldn't help but to reminisce about the amazing time I had at the hostel, staying up all night listening to stories be told by a trail legend, Baltimore Jack. The next morning, when we passed through the famed tunnel, I remember feeling like a new person coming out the other side. I was reborn. Made it to the end of day 2 on my reunion AT hike, or anniversary hike. That sounds better. Pretty awesome day. Ended up being right at 20 miles. So after I got done up at Blood Mountain, I kind of made my way down to Nell's Gap, hung out at Mountain Crossings for a little bit, got a pizza, picked up a small resupply box that I sent myself, and boogied about another 5 miles past there. Found this little camp spot on this ridge.